The use of technology and communication is growing rapidly and influences how individuals communicate with each other, specifically by using social media. In this pandemic, I'm sure that your intensity of using social media has increased. And when you scroll down your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, you will definitely find pictures like this. All of these pictures are called meme. This research will discuss about meme and the meaning behind it. Before going any further, do you know what is meme?
Memes are defined as an element of culture or behavioral system derived from one individual to another by imitation or non-genetic means. Another definition of memes is an image, video, or piece of text that is sent quickly from one internet user to another and usually has a few chains that make it funny.
Memes can be found on social media, especially on Instagram, as a platform where we can upload photos and videos. Instagram is the most popular social media, and the majority of its users are millennials. Through Instagram, people can fulfill their needs to be visible in internet by posting their photos and videos to their Instagram account. According to Weber and Mitchell, visual content like photos and videos are used by users to develop and show their identity. Not only for personal, Instagram is also used to show the identity of certain immigrant groups in Netherlands. One of them is Moluccan's group in Netherlands, who has Instagram account at Moluccers Be Like. This research will discuss about how cultural negotiations between Moluccan and Dutch are represented by 11 memes from Instagram Moluccers Be Like. How Moluccan's identity is voiced and how the invented tradition or a new Moluccan culture in Netherlands was created as a result from these negotiations.
To answer the question, this research used literature study method by collecting data in the form of theoretical studies and other references related to the values, culture, and norms in the social situation. Then, this research used pure semiotics theory as a basis to answer the research question. Semiotics is the study of signs that actually represent something other than themselves. Charles Sanders Peirce defines a sign as something that represents a certain meaning and has three elements: object, representament, and interpretant, whose relationship can be described through Peirce's triangle meaning. Object is a sign which represents something. Representament is a social context, and interpretant is the concept of thinking from people, which then gives a meaning. This research will use this concept to identify the representation of the habits of the Moluccans in the Netherlands, which portray through memes on Instagram at Moluccers Be Like. The first form is cultural acceptance. First meme is Moluccers Be Like guitar in the woonkamer or guitar in the living room. This is a representation that music is a part of Moluccan's life in the Netherlands as the position of guitar in the living room, the place where the family members gather. Same as in the Maluku, Ambon, the capital city of Maluku, got a title City of Music in 2019 from UNESCO. Eating is a form of togetherness and an important thing in a party. In these memes, there is a cultural reflection of makan patita, a ritual where many people from different negeri eat together. At makan patita, the foods are lined up on banana leaves and they eat their food while sitting on the floor, as in the picture. In these two memes, the concept of togetherness and the way the food served are a reflection of makan patita. The theme of this meme is merrymaking. At a party with symbol of celebration and fun, food is considered as an indicator of the festivity of a party. The food is the most important thing in a party because it symbolizes togetherness. This meme represents the hospitality aspect of the Moluccan that's still in practice in their life in the Netherlands. This meme can tell the story that it's unusual if we don't greet the fellow Moluccans we meet and can be labeled as impolite. The second form is cultural negotiation. Moluccans group in the Netherlands rent a hall as a form of luxury and to express their love in music. They are willing to spend amount of money for luxury and togetherness in playing music and dancing. This is a negotiation form because it is not possible for them to make live music in their residence, so they rent a hall. Moluccans in the Netherlands consume rice as their staple food. Sagu as the staple food of the Moluccans is shifted to rice because sagu was no longer available in Netherlands, so they consume rice instead and combine it with Dutch menu and eat it in a similar way eating sagu. This meme represents Moluccans in Netherlands who concerned about their appearance. This is a different thing from the Moluccan in Maluku itself. This is a form of their negotiations toward Moluccans' life in the Netherlands in appearance, which can be seen from the body posture, the way they walk, and the way of dressing. The form of negotiation is also can be seen through these two memes. The form of negotiation can be found in the way they eat. They are no longer sitting on the floor because the cooler climate, so they eat in the table. It is also because they already had education about hygiene and health. The use of banana leaf as cutlery is no longer used because it's hard to find the banana leaves, so they use cutlery which is easier to find, such as stainless steel and aluminum. Moluccans in the Netherlands set up a tent for recreational purpose, which is a party. Setting up a tent is a form of negotiation to facilitate a large number of guests so that a luxurious party and togetherness can still be held. The third form is cultural resistance. Kwaku is a multicultural music festival organized by Dutch government where there is a special day of Moluccan culture and music. This music festival is used to meet college, and music is become media to remain the collective memory and nostalgic about their culture and identity as a Moluccan. This meme presents that music is more important than their idealism as RMS because they prefer go to Kwaku than go to RMS Day. This meme represents when Moluccans don't want to greet Moluccans fellow they meet. They pretend not to look, just like a blind people. This is an attempt to avoid greeting fellow Moluccans, which is an important aspect of the life of the Moluccans in the Netherlands. Hospitality and respect for parents and their relatives is an obligation that must be done. This obligation will have big impact if it's not be carried out, and when they're not in the mood to greet a relative they meet, they look away to avoid it as if they don't see.
So, what is the conclusion of this research? The analysis of meaning in meme Instagram account Moluccans Be Like represents several cultures of Moluccans in Netherlands, namely music, eating cultures, hospitality, neatness, and merrymaking. From these 5 aspects, it is found that there are cultural acceptance, cultural negotiations, and cultural resistance of Moluccans culture in Netherlands. The cultural negotiations between Moluccans and Dutch that has been occurred produce cultural values and practice shifting in the life of Moluccan society in Netherlands. The concept of important aspect of Moluccan culture still exists, but its character has undergone a shift and several cultural aspects are still preserved.